Christian Bale refers to McConnell and Cheney as charisma-free a-holes. If you haven't seen the movie Vice, I recommend it. I saw it this weekend. I enjoyed it very much. And I tweeted about it. I said I'm going to see Vice because just like Tim Burton, I too like movies that focus on the villains. Tim Burton always likes to focus on the villain, and Vice, of course, is about Dick Cheney. And you will walk into that movie going, I know that Dick Cheney's an evil piece of shit. You will leave that movie going, wow, Dick Cheney is an evil piece of shit. But the cinematic decisions they made I thought was really cool. They took some poetic license in different segments. I thought they were really creative about it. I enjoyed the movie. My one criticism, and a couple people shared this, I feel like it could have been 10 minutes shorter. I thought it was a little long, and they could have condensed it a little bit, but I thought they did a good job telling the story. And also, before we get to the article, I do have to say something real quick here. Some of you guys may remember a while back, and I forget exactly how this came up, but I mentioned that I don't enjoy Will Ferrell. I understand that it's me. People love the guy, and all power to them, and that's fine. But me personal, I've just never gotten Will Ferrell. I've never enjoyed him in anything. I find him off-putting as an actor. I just don't get it. Comedy's a subjective thing. That's something I don't get. And for a long time, I felt like I was the only one. Whenever I would bring that up, people would look at me like I was crazy. And then when I released that clip, a lot of people in the comments were like, actually, yeah. So I found out I'm not alone. But when I said that word never found anything with Will Ferrell appealing at all. I have to retract that as of now, you know. Guess who is one of the producers of Vice? Will Ferrell. So there you go. I got to retract it now. He did a great job as a producer on that movie. Because I really dug that movie a lot. I thought the cast was excellent. I thought Steve Carell did an amazing job playing Don Rumsfeld. I thought that Christian Bale was phenomenal as Dick Cheney. Christian Bale's really good at playing a freaking psycho. I mean, he was in American Psycho. So he's really good at playing the psycho. Christian Bale nails that. And Nail was no exception. He did. The costuming was incredible because they made those guys, you know, Steve Carell, Christian Bale, even Amy Adams, who was playing Dick Cheney's wife, they made them look older and younger as needed. You know, because all those actors are younger than the people they were playing in the present day. However, they're, you know, older than they were when they started. They're kind of right in the middle. So they did a really good job on both ends of it. Like, it was just so amazing seeing that, where it's like, I know that's Steve Carell, but that's totally Don Rumsfeld right now to me. They nailed it on the costuming. And it's so crazy when you watch that movie, and then we'll get into the article. When you watch that movie, like, you know what's going to happen, but you can't help but find yourself, and I'm not going to spoil the actual movie, even though we know the story of Dick Cheney to a degree, but you find yourself, like there's a scene in the movie, and this isn't spoiling anything, but there's, of course, a scene where he is approached about becoming the running mate for George W. Bush. And you couldn't help, or at least I couldn't help, even though obviously I know what happened, you know, we all know what happened. Dick Cheney went on to become vice president. But I couldn't help myself being like, don't do it! Don't do it! Say no! Hang out with your wife, enjoy your ranch, enjoy Wyoming, don't do it! You don't want to enter politics again, please say no! As if that would somehow change something. As if somehow, like, history would be different if in this movie, Dick Cheney didn't. Obviously, if Dick Cheney was never vice president, history would be a lot different. I mean, that guy caused a fuck ton of damage, and the movie does a really good job summarizing it. But I couldn't help. like, just please say no! That'll somehow change something, as if in this fictional recreation, or what's the proper term for it? It's like it's not a documentary. It's a biopic that takes some creative license. Anyway, you know, I was still like I was like, say no, don't run. Let's try to fantasize a better world. All right, get into this article. So Christian Bale referred to McConnell and Cheney as charisma-free a-holes. Actor Christian Bale referred to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and former Vice President Dick Cheney as charisma-free assholes and invoked Satan while accepting a Golden Globe Award for his role as the former Vice President in Vice. Rumor has it Satan called Christian Bale and was like, dude, come on, I'm not that bad. That's a little much. I've inspired some good music. I've inspired some people that have had some good experiences on drugs. I get it. You're not a fan. No one's a fan. I take a bad rep, except for people in my church. They like me. Church of Satan people like Satan. By the way, what is Church of Satan based on? Ayn Rand. That's a fact. That is a fact. Ayn Rand. That's what Church of Satan is based on. Not even kidding. Thank you to that geezer over there, Adam, Bale said, as he drew the crowd's attention to the Vice writer and director Adam McKay, and he accepted an award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. All right, the interesting fact here, I don't know how that movie was either of those two things. It definitely had comical elements. I would not describe it as a comedy, nor would I describe it as a musical. Well, it's certainly not a musical. He said, I've got to find somebody who can be absolutely charisma-free and reviled by everybody, Bale quipped, and he went, it's got to be Bale in it. Nice. What do you think, Mitch McConnell next? All right. Thank you, Satan, for giving me inspiration on how to play this role. Good for Christian Bale. And, again, in my opinion, he did an amazing acting role. If you haven't seen Vice, I do recommend it. I tweeted about it. Most of the people that responded, they also really enjoyed it. A couple people didn't. And again, my one criticism, I felt like it could have been a little shorter. But other than that, I thought they did a really, really good job with the movie. I would not describe it as a comedy, though. I left feeling incredibly depressed. But that's just me. And, I felt that way because of the topic matter, not because of the film itself, but because of the topic matter in the film. But still, I still wouldn't describe it as a comedy. But what are you going to do?
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting